G'day everybody and welcome back to another Ross Reviews, where today you join me in the all-new 2021 Hyundai Santa Fe, and this one is the top-of-the-range Highlander. This offers a 2.2 liter diesel engine. It is a 4-cylinder turbo, makes about 148 kilowatts and about 440 newton meters of torque. All-wheel drive, and we do have a 8-speed dual clutch transmission, so it is pretty interesting. Now, this is a large family SUV. It is a 7-seater, and we do have 3 rows of seating in this vehicle, which is pretty handy if you got a large family. And I gotta say, just on initial impressions driving this vehicle, everything is pretty damn nice. And for a diesel, this thing does drive pretty well. I gotta give it to this 8-speed dual clutch transmission. Usually it's not going to be the greatest thing, especially when you're driving around the city at lower speeds, but Hyundai has tuned this one pretty damn well, and it drives pretty smoothly. Now, the great thing with Hyundai as well is that they do tune all of their chassis for Australian roads, and bringing it into some tight hairpins here. We're not in a sports car, obviously, but I gotta say, it handles itself pretty well. It is fairly flat. We can even chuck it in sport mode if we like. The gauges do illuminate in this kind of exciting nature, and we just crank it around here. We even do have some flappy paddles on this wheel. And it's not quick, but at the same time, this is a 1.9-ton vehicle, seats 7 people, 3 rows, and, it actually does feel pretty eager, this engine. It's definitely a little bit lower down, so being a diesel, it likes to have that torque. So when you're going at speed around that corner, you can tell it's not the fastest vehicle, but from a dig around that 2,000 RPM mark, it's got some punch, it really does. Now, there are 2 engine options you can get in this Highlander variant. This one being the diesel, this is kind of the one you want to have. This is the one that gets all-wheel drive, the dual clutch 8-speed automatic. You can go for a 3.5 liter V6 petrol, though that is front-wheel drive only, and it does not receive a dual clutch. It is still, however, an 8-speed, but it's definitely not the one to get, I think, in my personal opinion. Now, the first question to most families looking to buy one of these, it's going to be price, of course, because that is a huge factor. And this is priced at about $67,000 before on roads, and that is for the Highlander with the diesel. Now, if you were going to go for a base model Santa Fe, you're going to be looking around that 49 grand mark. So there is quite a big difference here. Now, with the Highlander pack, obviously you're getting that dual clutch, all-wheel drive, lots of luxury standards in this vehicle. So I feel like it is pretty warranted with that price tag. And if you compare it to some of the other models that are out there, we got the Toyota Kluger, the CX-9, we also have the Kia Sorento. They're actually all more expensive than this Santa Fe Highlander, which is pretty remarkable because when you sit in this vehicle, it definitely does not feel like a cheap Hyundai. We do have beautiful suede roof up here, massive panoramic sunroof. The level of attention to details Hyundai have really been focusing on lately, it's impressive. And you're going to a CX-9, a Toyota Kluger, those vehicles, again, you're going to be talking close to $80,000. Now, second only to price has got to be fuel consumption. That is a big question for any family. Now, this particular one being the diesel, it is all-wheel drive, remember. We got an 8-speed dual clutch. It's actually very fuel efficient, and this is probably why I would recommend to buy the diesel. It's claimed at 6.1 liters per 100 Ks, and throughout this press car's life, we've got about 8,000 Ks on this particular vehicle. It is coming up with 7.7 liters per 100 Ks combined. And that is staggeringly good, very close to what it's combined at. And You know, I've been putting this car through its paces, and basically since refueling it, I've been getting about 10 liters per 100 Ks, and that's me driving with a heavy foot. So being a big, large SUV, that's really good. Now we do also get a few different drive modes we can cycle through on this Santa Fe. So we have a little dial here down next to our transmission buttons, and this essentially gives us 4 different drive modes. We also do have a terrain mode. So we can hit that little button in the middle, gives us 3 different options to choose from for what terrain we're going to go on. It is nice to have that little bit of adjustability to change up that transmission, because this does not have the biggest ground clearance. I would not recommend this as a proper off-roader, but the fact that it is all-wheel drive, you do have those modes, you could do some light off-roading. Now just having a walk around on this 2021 Hyundai Santa Fe Highlander, I actually like this. I think it's a pretty darn good looking SUV. You know, they do have the big grille, as all these modern cars are doing, but I think this kind of works. A little bit of a split design headlight, similar to the Kona here, but we do have this kind of daytime running light effect that goes in between both of them, which I do like. They are LEDs. It's just a nice looking vehicle, and this being the Highlander, these trim pieces are painted to the body color, which I absolutely do like. Gives it a lot cleaner of a look. The platted plastic, on the cheaper base model, I don't really like that. We do get upgraded 20-inch wheels here as well. Look pretty good. I'm pretty happy with those. I think the whole car in general just is pretty nice. It's not out there, but it's just nice. Now just going into the back seats here, because this is obviously a big point for anyone who is going to purchase this vehicle. And again, you know, the very nice Nappa leather continues into the back seats here. Love that little bit of quilted stitched area here. Very nice. We sit down, and look, this is all in a normal seating position. I actually do just have enough room. Map pocket there as well. Headroom, absolutely plenty of headroom here. You know, the panoramic sunroof is just gorgeous. I absolutely love this feature. We do have a little armrest that comes down. We got 2 cup holders and a bit of a smaller Red Bull can cup holder. Put that back there. We have 2 air vents, and we do have 2 USB chargers, which is good for those road trips when you got kids, they need to charge their iPads. And even down to the sides here, the door, you know, the speakers, the Hardin Karman sound system, that very cool 3D effect. The switchgear, I love how Hyundai is putting effort into this. You know, they're very nice. They're kind of this metal, look like a brushed aluminum. This does have heated seats as well back here. And we even do have the peasant blockers, which is great. You know, if you got kids back here, you want them to be a little bit protected from the sun, that is a nice feature. Now, let us check out the 3rd row here. So we do have a little button you press right up here. Electrically moves the seat forward for us, so we do have a little bit more of a way to get in here. And look, this is definitely a kids-only zone. You know, the 2 seats back here, yeah, they are not big. And, if I move this seat back here, you know, you can see from this leg, it's kids only. You know, thankfully you can move these. There's a bit of adjustability with these on the front. You have a rail, you can pull them forward or back. We do have some controls back here, which is nice that people did not forget about the 2 seats back here. We have a 12-volt USB there. We've also got our own climate controls that we can control through here, and a USB charger, and you know, a air vent too. Cup holder, a little bit of a storage unit, and you also can raise and lower the rear second seats here. So if we want to drop this, we just push this button and it's down, and you know, we pulled that forward, it would go down as well. Headroom though, I gotta say, you know, it's not great, but it's manageable. And if you push these middle seats all the way forward, you know, 2 adults could sit back here in an emergency, but they really are just for kids. Now, just before we continue with this new Santa Fe, please make sure you guys go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button and click the bell notification so you do get updated on all our weekly uploads. And again, guys, this thing, sport mode, paddle shifters. The infotainment system is really good. It's basically the exact same thing you'll see in any new Hyundai product at the moment. Get navigation, everything's responsive, very quick to touch, Bluetooth audio, AM, FM, digital radio. We do also have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, though it is not wireless still, which is a big negative. You still gotta plug it in, which is unfortunate. Now, we always do a 0 to 100 on these reviews, so we're just pulling up on this back road here. We're gonna find out what this Santa Fe does. I believe it was claimed at something like 10 seconds almost, 0 to 100, so just pulling over here. We are in sport mode. Again, we are running the 2.2 liter diesel 4-cylinder turbo. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Go, go, go. And 4.5 RPM. We got up change. 100. Yep. All right. So, look, the gearbox has definitely got to work a little bit of magic to try and get us there, but it's not too bad. Let's find out what that actually was. Now, 0 to 100 there was achieved in 8.3 seconds. And look, that is not half bad for, you know, something that's almost 2 tons in weight here that seats 7. That's pretty darn good. It is a diesel as well. So, not bad, Hyundai, not bad.
So in the end, and in the world of soccer mom family movers, the new Hyundai Santa Fe Highlander is a fantastic 7-seater family SUV. It feels premium, looks sharp, and for overall value for money in the class, the Santa Fe offers great bang for buck. Thanks for watching.